Hi, it's your $2 Tuesday movie critic here today, and the soundtrack I'm reviewing today is the soundtrack for for the movie Think Like a Man 2. This one, of course, is in theaters right now. I bought mine from Best Buy. The soundtrack is pretty reasonable too. So let me start from the beginning. If you like Mary J. Blige, are you a fanatic of Mary J. Blige and you think Mary J. Blige can do no wrong, then you will love this CD, because every song on here is sung by Mary J. Blige. And for the most part, it's a really good CD. I enjoyed it. It had a little bit of different, genres going on. Of course there was R&B because it's Mary J. Blige. There was some pop. She even did a touch of a rock song up in there, and one of the songs had a bit of Latin flavor to it as well. So I'm just going to go, it's only 14 songs, but I'm going to go through them really quickly. And, I'm sure you can get these off of YouTube. I have not tried. Since I got the CD, I don't need to put it onto my iPhone. Me, myself, I like part of the CD, sorry. The thing with me is I don't like to buy a lot of CDs I don't really like to buy CDs at all that just have one person on them. I usually buy, that's why I love soundtracks, because there are multiple people on them singing different songs. And I didn't expect this to be just Mary J. Blige singing singing all the songs. Not that I have a problem with that, because I actually like Mary J. Blige and most of her songs that she sings. So, the first one, A Night to Remember, that's like a cover of the old Shalamar song. So if you like that one, you like this one. Because Jody Watley has such a light voice and Howard Hewitt is such a perfect tenor, that Mary J. Blige complete alto throughout was like just different. Not better or less, just different. And it took on a different version. The song itself pretty much had the same melody. Nothing was different about that. It just sounds different because it's coming from Mary J. Blige instead of, Shalamar. But it's still, if you like one, you'll like the other, I think, because it still has that same melody and it's good to listen to. Number 2, Vegas Nights. I love this, and it's featuring The Dream. The song itself, Vegas Nights, was good because it was really cool. It talked about, some of the showstoppers that, Bobby Womack, Gladys Knight. It had, like, a lot of the people that were in Vegas, that did Vegas shows and stuff. So it's really good. It's the way she puts them in there. It's a really good groove. It's like one of those dance songs. And I necessarily don't always fit Mary J. Blige into dance songs, but she's done a lot of them, and so far I've liked them. Family Affair, excellent dance song. Moment of Love. This one, not so much. It was okay. It was okay and like I said, if you're one of those people that believes Mary J. Blige can do no wrong, it's great. I mean, no one can deny Mary J. Blige can sing. So it's not about that. It was just how her voice grooves with certain melodies and stuff. And this was okay for me, but it wasn't great. It was not my favorite song on the CD. See That Boy Again, this was featuring Pharrell Williams. And this one was the one that had the kind of Latin feel to it going on. It was really good. Pharrell sings a bit of a snippet of a piece in there. He's not throughout, there's not like they're doing a duet or anything like that. That's why it's featuring. So, but it is a good song. And I like the little Latin feel with the drums. It's very good. It's the Latin feel actually isn't out there in your face. It's kind of subtle, and you don't hear it throughout the whole song, but probably halfway through. And it's very good. Another good dance beat too, because they even talk about the two-stepping up in there. So yeah, it's a good song, really sweet, wonderful. This song was one of her, like going back to the old Mary J. Blige R&B songs, and she preached, just to say that. It's a beautiful song. I liked it. I really liked it. And it had that total R&B Mary J. Blige soulful flavor. So it's the one. Kiss and Make Up. Kiss and Make Up was cool. It was okay. It was, again, not one of my favorite songs on there, but it was a pretty cool song. Just because it just didn't fit, her voice again. She can sing, no doubt. It's just some tunes and some melodies don't always, in my opinion, didn't fit with her voice. And so this was one of those that didn't for me. Now the next two, Cargo and Suitcase. You think they're similar, but I know. Cargo is, a pretty cool song too, but Suitcase was like, I want to say it's probably my favorite song on the CD, just because it goes back to Mary J. Blige, but instead of just being complete R&B, it has that kind of like pop feel to it. Kind of like, it seems like probably Neo wrote it. I don't know who wrote it. I didn't get into that. I'm not going that deep into the review, but it goes into that, you had your chance, you blew it, now I'm out of here, Suitcase. And it has that snappy, chorus to it. So it's really cool. That's my favorite song on the whole CD. I loved it. See, I Want You. This one it's like part of the song fits her and part of the song doesn't. And this is the one that has the more rock vibe to it. It has a really good guitar stream going on with her, and almost about the ending of the song, about the last quarter of the song. And she just lets go. And that part of the song is just like on point. But the rest of the song, it's like, okay, it's like, I know we broke up, but I want you back, so come on back home. And, it's cool, and it's a good song, and I especially like the ending, and I like the rock vibe to it on the end, because it's like she can blow, and it's like her and the guitar are almost like in a dance with each other, her voice and the guitar, and it's just, this is great. So yeah, that's number 9. Number 10, Self Love. This one I didn't necessarily like. The song itself, the beat, the wording, I didn't necessarily like anything about this song. Pretty much is like, okay, if I want you to love me like you love yourself, pretty much, because she's with a dude that obviously doesn't give her the time of day, but's really into himself. She's like, give me the time that you give yourself. Love me like you love yourself. And again, I didn't like the wording in this song. I didn't like the melody. I didn't really like too much about this. If I had to choose, this would be my least favorite song of the whole CD. Self Love. Power Back. Power Back is smoking. This is R&B, Mary J. Blige, soul at number 1. And okay, so I know I said I like the other one, See That Boy Again with Pharrell Williams, but I like this one too. Pretty much it's like almost the opposite of number 10, Self Love. Power Back like tells okay, he's acting like whatever, something negative, so let's leave him, and then when you leave him, here he comes knocking on your door, wanting you back. That's my power back. And just pretty much that's it. The whole time she's talking about how she's getting her power back from the guy. Instead of trying to take her power back or trying to get him back or whatever, she's like, leave him alone. If he's supposed to be there, he'll be there. And when he comes back to you, you got the power now. Not necessarily to treat him bad or anything, but to know that he knows, just like you knew now, that you were worth it, So I love that song, and it has a cool beat to it too. It's really good. All Fun and Games. It was okay. It was okay, and it had like a pop feel to it. And I don't necessarily like Mary J's voice with pop songs, but she can do it just because she has a great voice. But it kind of gets heavy. Her voice is more heavy and soulful, and not necessarily poppy. Not to say she can't do it, because there are some that can, like, Jennifer Hudson. She can go from pop and R&B and stuff like that, But, and sometimes even Beyonce. But with Mary J, because hearing her so much, and there's a bit of a hip-hop in that one, too. Just because when she came out, she was more hip-hop and stuff. And she stuck with hip-hop, and then she went to soul and R&B, and she stayed there. And then, like, somewhere in the middle of her career, you know, or what she is now, she kind of mixes up that pop in there every now and then too. But, you know, so if you like her pop stuff in the past, you'll like this one too. All fun and games. It's okay. Better was cool too. It was alright. It's like I said, all of them, the songs that I really liked, except, you know, the one that I told you guys about, Cargo. It was not my favorite song. But, last song, Propose. Propose is like flipping the script a little bit. It's like having the song, the woman propose to the guy. She's like, you know, if this is what you want from me, this is what I'm going to do. And it's a beautiful ballad. I could picture it like most people probably would as a song to sing at a wedding or a wedding reception, you know, as a song, as a dance. But most women be like, I'm not proposing to a guy. But it's the new millennium. Anything goes, right? So, and it's a really, really beautiful song. It like heightens all of the, how she can go out and do the length, hold the notes and stuff. It's just beautiful, and it shows the strength in her voice. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's not my favorite song, but it's definitely my top 5 because it's 14 on there. So yeah, so it's a really great song. I do, and I could be wrong about this. I don't remember hearing any of these songs, and I'm sure Vegas Nights was probably in there somewhere just because it has that really vibey beat. And they're, of course, in Vegas. And you probably hear it somewhere in the background. And it's probably some of these songs that are on the movie that you probably hear in the background. But they're not in the forefront. And most of the songs that I remember hearing on the movie itself were songs like old school songs. Like they were doing, you know, Belle Biv DeVoe, Climax, The Men All Pause, things like that. They were doing a lot of 80s songs, you know, in the forefront. But that's not to say Mary J's songs weren't playing also. I just don't remember them being in the forefront. So, you know. Now, before I go, I just wanted to change some stuff that I said last time because I made some mistakes on my review from Think Like a Man 2 that I just want to correct now, just for a few seconds of your time, or maybe a couple of minutes. So when I said that Ronnie DeVoe did the cameo from the, you know, from Belle Biv DeVoe, and when I said that Kevin Hart should not be doing narrating, I still mean that part, but I should have said also that one Think Like a Man, the original, that he did a great job. He did a great job as the narrator, and I didn't remember that. I went back and saw the movie again later, the original, and yeah, he did a great job with the narrating. And this time, it just didn't, you know, it wasn't there for me. Like I said, it sounded like he was yelling at the audience the whole time, and it didn't come through. And some of his words, you didn't understand what he was saying. So yeah, it was not as good as the first time. And I said one time, only once, but I said Jennifer Lawrence instead of saying Jennifer Lewis. So that was the other mistake that of course, it's Jennifer Lewis, who plays the mother, and not Jennifer Lawrence, who could not play his mom because not only is she probably his age or younger. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I hope if you haven't seen the movie, go and see it. I still stand by. It's a great romantic comedy, except for this one with Think Like a Man 2. It's more of a comedy and not as romantic, but still it has the romance in there, as opposed to Think Like a Man, the original, was totally like 70% romantic and not very funny. And I saw that again because, like I said, I went back and saw the original again, and yeah, I still stand by that. I don't think it was very funny. Very great acting, very romantic, really sweet, sentimental movie. I still suggest you go buy the CD or go on iTunes if it's available on iTunes and pick them out. And I hope you enjoy them, and I hope this review helped. And I'll see you next time for my next $2 Tuesday movie critic review.